Welcome, everybody, please. I love you. Happy Friday.
Friday, I love it.
Yeah.
Friday.
I didn't make that up, right? Is that a thing?
Just now?
Happy Friday? Yeah, but I'm a Friday. It's the energy. I'm already in the weekend already.
Yeah.
Well, guys, this Sunday is Father's Day. That's right. So make sure you call your dad, even though you'd both prefer a text. But talking with Dad on Father's Day is fun. It's a great way to catch up on which neighbors are annoying him for which reasons. This guy parks his car in front of his house all the time. This guy plays his music guy. Okay, good. That's right, Father's Day is this Sunday, and Americans are expected to spend over $20 billion. That story again on Sunday, over 20 billion scratch-off tickets will be sold. Good luck, Dad. Let's get to some news. After his week-long trip to Europe, President Biden is finally back in Washington, D.C. When he saw his schedule filled with meetings on infrastructure, immigration, and inflation, his first thought was, I already miss Putin. Yep, returning home was pretty emotional for Biden, mostly because on the flight there, he realized that he home alone Pete Buttigieg. Pete! Keep the change, you filthy animal. But this is big. Today, Biden signed the Juneteenth National Independence Day Act, making Juneteenth a federal holiday. The bill hit Biden's desk after it was passed in Congress, but 14 members of the House voted against it. Can we see who they were? Yeah, that's about right. That's about right. That looks like the white paint sample section at Home Depot. What do you think, honey? Should we paint the bathroom Mike Rogers or Thomas Massey? And I saw this. Jared Kushner just signed a book deal. Yeah, his book will come out next year, but he already has a few titles in mind. Check these out. First,
here we go.
What's up, dude?
Let me guess. Well, you're going to make fun of Jared Kushner, right? By saying a bunch of fake book titles.
I mean, yeah, that was the plan.
And, of course, each title will pop up as a graphic so everyone can see it and laugh about it.
Right, that's kind of what I do. It's the whole first 10 minutes of the show.
I know exactly how this will go down. Okay, the top of the screen will have like a weird picture of Kushner, and it'll say Kushner's book titles. And then under that, you'll list fake titles like 50 Shades of White. or Diary of a Wimpy Adult. Or Are You There, Don? It's Me, your creepy son-in-law. And then you'll do Eat, Pray, Ask Daddy for $1 million. Oh, or Gone with the Slightest Gust of Wind. And then you'll finish it off with something like The Sun Also Rises While I Sleep Standing Up in a Coffin. I'm guessing that's how this is gonna go.
Yeah, you nailed it.
No, it's a fun bit. You should do it.
All right, we'll do it tomorrow. Perfect. Well, guys, get this. I read that for next year's Super Bowl, a 30-second ad spot will cost a record $6 million. And apparently some companies are already testing out shorter ads to avoid high costs. I mean, just check this out, this new ad I saw from Old Navy. Look at this.
As you know, we here at Old Navy sell clothes.
Wow. Check out this ad I saw from Home Depot.
Oh. Plywood, lamps, shovels, things of that nature.
Things of that nature.
Wow.
These are rough. Here's the last one here from Olive Garden.
Breadsticks, when you're here.
Breadsticks when you're here.
Gets to the point.
Breakfast when you're here. Yeah. Some business news. I heard that rental car prices are at a record high and could even double by August.
Ooh.
Yeah, for car renters on a budget hoping to save $1 to see the Alamo, this news really hurts. Bye, everybody, and see you all at the Emmys.
Wow.
Well, guys, with COVID restrictions lifting all over the world, a lot of countries are opening back up to tourists this summer. In fact, many of them have released updated travel posters to help entice visitors. Take a look at these. This first one is for France. It says, "We're still going to stand 6 feet away, but it's just because we don't like you."
Wow.
Again. This next one's for the United Kingdom. It says, "The pubs are open and the sun is shining." Okay, the second one's a lie. Here's one for Fiji. It says, "Not just a Zoom background anymore." Next one is for Estonia. It says, "Come figure out whatever our deal is." Finally, this last poster is for Spain. It says, "The sooner you come back, the sooner you can brag to your friends that you went to Barcelona." Yeah, I went to Oh, we had so much fun.
Where'd you go?
What's that?
Where'd you go?
Oh, we just went to Barcelona, and
really?
it was so fun.
How long were you there?
We were there 2 days. We were in Barcelona?
Yeah.
Well, one day. It was a layover.
Not a
really.
week, one-
It was a couple hours.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had so much fun. I felt like some part of me was from Barcelona.
Really?
Guys, listen to this. A computer programmer in the Philippines gave his newborn son the name Hypertext Markup Language, or HTML. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the baby's first word will be why. And finally, a new study out of the UK found that the aging process is unstoppable. When they heard that, a bunch of people in LA said, "We beg to differ." We have a great show. Give it up for the Roots.
Let's have it, Mr. Onassis. Drop top whips, my joints could go atlas. How that boy spits and rips is so savage. Make MCs seem so below average. Everyone in the cave will go back in. Everybody know that dope. Bo Jackson.
Do you always know what jam I'm gonna like?
Yeah, of course.
You do. So you knew they always gonna like that one?
Yeah, yeah.
Because what a show we have for you tonight. She stars in the new movie F9. Helen Mirren is
Come on.
I love Helen Mirren. Plus, joining us in studio, I love this guy. He's brilliant. He's a genius. His brain's always moving, man. I love this guy. He produced the upcoming Netflix series, We the People. Kenya Barris is here. And we got great music from Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds. Got, of course, an all-new thank you notes later in the show. Well, as I mentioned, everyone, Father's Day is this Sunday, and a lot of people are shopping for that perfect card. And while there are a lot of good choices, there are also some very unpopular cards out there. I'll show you what I mean.
Really?
What?
There's unpopular cards?
There are some unpopular cards.
Well, I'd love to see them.
Would you like me to show you some examples?
Could you please? Do you have time? I don't want to get in your way if you have time.
No problem.
If you don't have time, I'll,
No, I never said I didn't have time.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't want to stop the show, but if,
No, too late now, you know?
let's see.
But I'll give you some examples.
Please.
If that's
I'd love
what
to
you'd
see
love.
them because I don't know what you're talking about. I'd like to see what you're talking about.
Well, hey, this one's for you.
Thanks, man. Happy Father's Day.
This is an example of some unpopular cards on Father's Day.
Okay.
For instance, this card says, "I can't begin to describe how much I love and admire you."
Oh.
Open up, it says, "So I'm hoping this sleeve of golf balls does the talking for me."
Unpopular.
These are unpopular cards.
Yeah.
This next card says, "You've taught me so much, like how to make one simple errand take all day."
Kind of a
These are
slam. These are unpopular.
No, these are exactly
These
right.
are more of a diss towards the father figure.
Well, no, I'm just saying these are the
Not
ones.
the popular card. If you go into the card section, that'd be the one. There'd probably be a lot of these left over because they are not popular.
Correct. So this card says, "Thank you for FaceTiming me through COVID. The inside of your nose never looked better."
Oh, that's rude. Rude.
Nice.
No.
Here's another one. It says, I'd do anything for you, Dad.
Oh.
Except try to explain the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's too complicated. The next card says, thanks for doing so much work around the house before we eventually call a handyman to fix everything you did. Caulk.
Caulk gun. Caulk.
My dad, that was his solution.
He'd caulk everything?
Caulked everything. The whole house was made out of caulk at one point.
Really? He made like a caulk igloo and stuff like that?
Yeah, it looked like, caulk. It looked like a gingerbread house.
Oh, wow.
Like icing.
Yeah, icing
dripping down.
everywhere.
Yeah, except it was all caulk. Yeah. This next card says, I'm your son. Inside it says, no matter how many DNA tests you've made me take to prove otherwise. That's harsh. That's a little rude, right?
Rude. That's mean.
And finally, this card says, Dad, I can't wait. You open up, it says, to find this card in a box in 30 years is proof that you really did care. Those are some nice cards. I love you, Dad.